friends. I'm going to tell you a little story. Welcome to my kitchen, or this isn't my kitchen. Welcome to my bathroom. Went to sleep with my hair wet. I've been doing that lately, and then it like makes for such a better curl experience. I don't know the science behind it, but that is what's happening. I do it just because my natural like body or whatever is there, and then when I go curl it, it just works better. Anyway, so here's the deal. I've said this before and I'll say it again a million times. The thing that you want is a bunch of small decisions away, right? The thing, whatever it is, whether it's freedom, whether it's more money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a better relationship, whether it's a business, whatever it is, it's all just a decision away. And what I mean by that is every single time that you make that 5-second decision to do the thing that you know leads you in the proper direction, or like takes you in the direction you're wanting to go, every time that you don't let the little voice in your head talk you out of doing the thing, that's a brick. It's a brick that you use to build whatever it is that you're building or wanting to build, right? So it will always come down to the 5-second decisions. It's the 5-second decisions, like your alarm goes off and you're laying in bed. Do you hit snooze and go back to sleep, or do you get up, right? Like there's a ripple effect from each one of those decisions, right? So same thing, you know, obviously if you're continuously choosing to hit the snooze every single day, there are negative consequences, you could call them, that go with that, right? So just like every time that you don't hit the snooze, I'm gonna move this shit around. I feel like I'm staring weird. Okay, anyway, every time that you don't hit the snooze and you get up, this is just like an easy example. This could literally be used in a million different places. But every time that you don't and you get up, that stacks you towards the thing that you're wanting to do. It starts your day differently. It lets you be in charge. It lets that part of your brain be productive, just like making your bed every morning or getting up and making your coffee and stretching and whatever it is. It's in those little decisions where the voice in your head is like, nah, you don't have to do that today, or it's okay, hit the snooze, or it's not a big deal, or, you know, you make a million reasons in your brain as to why you know, it's acceptable that you don't do the thing. When it's like, in reality, it's that little voice and it's those little decisions that will always add up to the result that you're looking for, or the other result that you're not looking for, right? That's kind of how it goes. And so, you know, another example is the gym. The gym is a really good example of this too, because, you know, fitness is one of those things where, or health, I should say, is really one of those things where it's easy for me to use as an example for people across the board because it's a physical thing that you can actually see. And when we talk about mindset, you can't see that, right? So, you feel it, but there's no measuring, like it's not a measurable thing, which trips most people up. But with me saying that, like, I'll tell you my own story. And so I have been seeing this, I've been going to physical therapy 3 times a week and seeing the doctor 3 times a week for my spine, and seeing a personal trainer and seeing a massage therapist. And and I have to do these exercises every day, right? At home towards this result. So part of it for me is like, you know, we've spent all this money to get this done. Like, I'm going to follow through because I don't want to waste this money, which is funny. But what I've been doing is really rewriting that story into I get to feel better, right? I get to move forward towards that, and I need to give myself credit for that, not just like, oh, I'm doing it because we spent money, right? We have to learn to shift our own mind. It's just what we have to do. And if you don't learn to do that, the chances that you're going to move in the direction that you're wanting to move are really low, right? Like, it just is. And so it will always come down to these 5-second decisions. You know, Mel Robbins created her empire based off of this thing that she coined, the 5-second rule. Not the one like, you know, you drop your food on the ground. That's the 5-second rule I'm used to. But it's it's the one where she says that it's in those 5-second decisions, you know. But I know Andy Frisella has also talked about this. Joe Rogan's talked about it. Everybody's talked about it for freaking decades, right? Because it's accurate. The only way that you get a life that you truly desire and that you can build all of the things that you want, it will always come down to those 5-second decisions that honestly most people aren't willing to make. The hard truth is most people are not willing to invest in themselves at all, whether it be time, money, or anything. But every time that you're like, I'm gonna wake up at 7 a.m. and work out, and then you don't, you're confirming inside of your own head that you're full of shit. Truth. So what if instead you realize that it is so imperative that you keep your own promises to yourself? Like, if you were to do anything that I ever say or ever share here, the one thing would be to not make promises to yourself that you know you're not going to keep. Like, and if you do say, hey, self, we're going to go to the gym, like this is what happened to me yesterday. We're going to the gym 6 days a week for the next month or so. Like I have it planned out or whatever. For me to not go is me confirming that I'm full of shit. So it's me hurting my own self-confidence. Every time that you do that, you're hurting your own self-confidence, and you're like, you know what? I am the kind of person who doesn't follow through. I am the kind of person who doesn't, you know, do the hard things when things are hard. So that's the big important piece of the puzzle there that I think everybody needs to realize is like the people that you see that you're like, oh man, that must be nice. And whether it's that they have a lot of money or they have a great relationship or they have a really fit body or they travel all the time or whatever, they are doing that because they're making, you know, not so fun in the moment, 5-second decisions to do the thing that moves them forward. Truth. Like, it's just the facts, y'all. So, hello, Jessica. So that's the deal. Like the 5 seconds when you're laying there and deciding if you're going to get up or not get up. The 5 seconds where I sat there yesterday several times and was like, I'm not going to go to the gym. And then I reasoned with myself and was like, all right, I'm going to go. But if I don't feel like doing all of this, you know, stuff on this list for my trainer at the extent that he gave it to me, that's okay too. If I don't, because I just didn't feel good. Right? I just didn't feel good at all. I was like a space cadet and I didn't feel good. And so I'm sitting here fucking reasoning with myself of all of the reasons why it's going to be completely okay if I don't do the thing. Right? And it's like, man, how messed up is it that that part of our brain exists so loudly? And it's the first one to speak. But you have to learn to be louder than that voice. You have to. Because or should I also say you have to learn how to differentiate between that voice and your intuition, because your intuition is there to protect you, obviously. But like, there's a difference between that voice and the one who's like, it's okay, don't get up. It's okay, Jamie, go to the gym and don't do the workout. But instead it's like, no, I'm here, we're doing this. If I started to feel like I was going to puke or anything, like I would have stopped. But I didn't, and I did the thing. And afterwards, I was like, look at me doing hard shit, right? But that's the only way I'm going to get a result. The only way you're ever going to get a result with anything is by not letting that voice win. End of story. End of story. That's it. I could have just got on here for 2 seconds and said that, but I really wanted to get my point across. So, and tell you guys some examples. So I hope that that's helpful. Again, it's not the most glamorous freaking thing you've ever heard in your life, but I'm going to tell you what. I didn't build an entire business and life off of helping people get what they want by telling them that it's just going to float down like a fairy into your hands, because that's not how it works. It's not a thing. You get what you want by intentionally building what you want, by making the 5-second decisions that are difficult every single day or that aren't so great and so fun, but that's just how it goes. And that's in everything. I was recently having a conversation with somebody about relationships, and their relationship is not in good shape, and it's like, of course, I love these people, and so I'm like contemplating it in my head, like kind of, dissecting the situation and asking questions and whatever to see where I could possibly be helpful. And the truth of the matter is that so many people today, like, don't realize that marriages and long-term relationships, like, their work every single day. When you hear people say, you have to choose that relationship every single day, it's not like just a cute thing to say, guys. Like, that's the truth. If you want like a stellar relationship and a great partner, like, both people have to be committed to working on that every single day. Like, end of story. Just like a business, just like your body, just like any of those things. And it's like, the truth is, unfortunately, that most people won't. They won't do any of those things because it's hard. We're going to just hairspray it like it's our job. So there's your little morning. What's today? Monday? There's your little Monday morning. Rah conversations. Okay? Okay. Go out into the world. Have a great day, friends. Have a good week. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you think anyone else can benefit from it, hit that little share button, because that's how we, get the messages out to the people. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you guys all later.